You are watching T to the M to the IDD.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? T to the M to the IDD, back with another video. Here recently I was able to use the pre-production version of the Nikon 85mm F1.2 S-line lens with the Nikon Z9 camera body, and I'm going to give you a little behind the scenes of me capturing a few moments on location in Las Vegas. Then we'll come back and I'll give you my first impressions of this lens. So let's get into it. You like this? Yes. That's good right there. It's something nice, simple, candid. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. Put your chin up for me a little bit. Perfect. Love it. Love it. Oh, I love that smile. Okay. Say Nikon for me. Nikon forever. 1, 2. Here. Really blow out that background. All right. Like that smile. Let's see. Let's come right here because I can really get some depth right there, and then I think we should be good. That way we can really see everything in the background. All right. Oh man, that is creamy. Okay. 1, 2. One, two. All right. And 1, 2. And we are 1, 2, last one. 1, 2, perfect. All right, here we go. Perfect. Let me see what we got. Let me bring this down a little bit. Okay, there we go. And 1, 2, 3. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. 1, 2, 3. And stretch your arms. You can put both hands like on the pole. Yep. Yeah, I like that. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3. All right. And what I want to try and get you to do is just walk down here. So I'm gonna have you just kind of looking at me and just walking. Okay. Yeah. You could just it's just gonna be candidly. All right. So I'm gonna give you the cue. And 1, 2, 3. Let's go. Yeah. Perfect. Perfect. Love it. Okay. That is good. You can actually just cross your legs for me. Yeah, put your hands on your hip. Yeah, I like that. Okay. I think we make a perfect team. I think so. Okay. And 1, 2, and look out that way for me. Yes. 1, 2. Turn your head to me a little bit. Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. We like that. Turn your head to me, just like put your chin up a little bit. 1, 2. All right, give me one big smile. Perfect. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so now you've seen me capture a few images with this pre-production lens. Now, with these particular lenses, a few things come into mind that I would want to know as a consumer. First thing is the quality. Now, the image quality in particular is immaculate. even at f1.2, you get a nice tack sharp image, and then you get the nice dramatic fall off shooting at f1.2. Especially with this type of lens, why wouldn't I shoot at f1.2, right? So the 11 aperture blades that are in this lens helps you get a nice smoother, rounder bokeh so that your background actually looks like it's melting, giving you a nice separation from your subject going into your actual background. So in terms of quality for me, in my first impression, it is absolutely wonderful. And quality for me, I actually compare it to a few of the other 85 millimeters that Nikon has produced. Now, take this with a grain of salt. Given the situation, I wasn't able to have the 85 millimeter 1.8 Z lens, and then one of the other ones that I own, which is the F mount 85 millimeter 1.4 G. But you can take a look at these images that I have taken with those lenses in comparison to this new 85 millimeter 1.2 and just see the difference in the quality, and also you can see the difference in the apertures and look at that bokeh. The next thing that I want to talk about is the size of this lens. Now, when you first look at this lens, you do see that it is pretty big, right? And me first holding this lens, I thought that it was going to be extremely heavy, but to my surprise, it was not heavy at all. The build on it makes it look a little girthy, a little wide, but in terms of weight, it is not actually as heavy as I would have thought. And the first thing that kind of came to mind when I got this lens, it kind of looked like the size of the Sigma 105 1.4, but just without that hood on there. And that's what it first kind of felt like. But then after holding it, I realized it really wasn't as heavy as I thought it was going to be. So I don't think that the weight that you would think matches the actual size when you look at it, and that's a great thing. So it definitely feels good in the hands. The third thing that I want to talk about is the price. We know that this lens comes in at $2,800. And with that price point, you actually have to look into who is this lens for, right? Need versus wants. And I actually think that it is more so a want than a need, because the 1.8 can get the job done for sure. That goes without saying. It can get the job done. But when you talk about getting a faster aperture at f1.2 and being able to take advantage of that low light capability, then you are talking about having a specialty lens that you're going to have to spend a little bit more money for. And so who is this lens for? I would say you will see the best results from this lens as being a on-location photographer, someone that shoots weddings, maybe outdoors, where you could really take advantage of that f1.2. Now, in terms of studio use, I do see some usage in the studio, right? If you are a photographer that builds sets and you like to get creative, then I can see you taking advantage of that low aperture range with those types of setups. But if you're more of like a beauty portraiture type of person, then most of the time you're going to be shooting at f8, f9. And so at that point, you probably would want to opt for something else. Now, that is my takeaway with this lens. By all means, I love shooting indoors and outside. So for me, the f1.2 would be great, but I would love to hear your feedback in the comments below. Let me know if you're planning to get this 85mm f1.2 lens. T to the M to the IDD. Peace. What is going on, guys? You just tuned in to T to the M to the IDD. And if you enjoy this content, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And if you really enjoy the content, check out some more of the videos that you see right here. Oh yeah, and hit that like button for me.